Come and get started on a new mission, a new direction, a new intention. Welcome to 5.8G Alive at Connections 50 Plus. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, catering to all your prospects in the third act of life.
Economic well-being, social gratification, personal fulfillment.
Join us on Wednesday at 6 p.m. on Connections 50 Plus Facebook page, YouTube channel,
and on Gael the Caribbean.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5.8G Connections 50 Plus World. We're in November. Christmas is next month. Not only that, different things happening. I'm going to be 60. Yay, shake, shake, chak, chak, para. Welcome everyone to 5.8G Alive. I am Terry-Ann Joseph Brathwaite, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus. And with me as usual,
I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, the other co-creator of Connections 50 Plus. Good evening to you all and welcome.
Yes, Jennifer, I have to say, we started our new series this month. We're talking about getting real about aging. And last week we talked about really coming out of our forum, people being real about aging and preparing for life after. And I think we hit home to a lot of people because we had a lot. And I want to thank a lot of you. I mean, Jennifer and I we shared a lot about our personal experiences, and we really got a lot of feedback from many of you all caring and showing concern about our situations. I am trucking along. I am still stressed, but not guilty or anxious. And life continues. All right. So, Jen, we are continuing our series and we are preparing us to live the good life. So, Jen, what are we up to?
Terry, well, I know you're all excited about your birthday, and I know it's COVID time, but I'm still expecting some little something.
The state of emergency.
I plan to celebrate your birthday.
The Prime Minister said there will be no state of emergency or SOE, so the party is on. I am getting ready.
With all protocols in place.
Hello, no state of emergency.
But it's good, I really believe in celebrating, these milestones, Terry-Ann. I'm one who believes in that. In whatever way, whether it's with family, with close friends. So it is great to know and to be excited about aging. Some people don't want to say their age at all. So you very freely, talk about your age, and by the time next year, April, I good. Because I think by that, COVID should be good too. Oh gosh, and have this big celebration.
I have my appointment to get my pension from NIS. I have my appointment.
So great.
Anyway.
And you can join the group of us, So when you're going to Tobago on the boat, you could just flash your ID card. When you're going on the PTSC bus, you flash your ID card. So welcome.
And hello, Major League in the bank, discount on, listen, 60 hours.
So welcome to our stage. This is a great stage to be on, a nice stage to be free and travel free. Now I say travel locally, right? But yes, Terry-Ann. So, and we're looking forward, in spite of all that is happening. Christmas is a great time. Christmas, as I say, Christmas is a time of giving, of sharing. For those of us who celebrate Christmas, it means a lot to us. So we look forward. It doesn't have to be this spending and all that, but you look forward to even the greetings, because we may not be able to visit as much or entertain as much, but just as an occasion for us to give praise and celebrate. So Terry-Ann, we are talking about accepting the fact that we're aging,
enjoying the fact that
and the things that we can do to still enjoy life. This is not the end, I should have, and I didn't, had a quote from Steve Harvey this week, and I posted it about those sit back and be old. get up and enjoy life. And with that, Terry, and I know we have guests coming on to chat to say how we as seniors, if you don't want to call yourself seniors, what can we say? The 5.8G, group.
Hey, I'm a 60-year-old.
How we can really have fun, enjoy our life, and not let age be a problem or a challenge or hindrance, but embrace embrace our age and enjoy life.
And what we have been finding, Jennifer, is that there are so many people offering services that are dedicated to us and making sure that we can remain active, we can remain engaged on our terms. You don't want to fight up with the young people on the avenue and wherever it is. So today's starting show, which is Being Tried, we've got two guests and we're going to be bringing them to you one at a time, and we'll see how we can engage life. So let's get going with Being a Tribe. So Jen, you have found two treasures to help our tribe activate. So who is our first, Jen? You can introduce her.
Oh, I want to introduce Michelle. So Michelle, you come on board with us. Hi, Michelle. So to our audience, this is Michelle Hernandez. And Michelle is the director of MH Dance Studio. And let me share a bit how I know about Michelle.
Michelle, you hear me party, yeah? So
my sister, who is 70 plus, always talking about her dance. Actually, for Diwali, she sent me a little clip that she just learned her Indian dance. And I always hear about Michelle, and she invited me also to a concert that they had, I think, 2 weekends ago, and I attended. And wow, I say, you know what? I have to let Michelle come on, because Michelle is the person behind having all these seniors chipping and dancing, and let me tell you, looking good. So Michelle, welcome. And tell us, Michelle, how did you started working with or teaching the seniors dance?
Right. So good evening, ladies, and thank you for this opportunity to discuss something I love dearly, which is my seniors. And what happened that I have been an avid dancer for years, and I recognize what dance did for me and my stress level. Every time I'm stressed, dancing takes away that. It gives you exercise, it helps mentally, and all that goes with it. So of course, going down the road, you get into teaching, and you decided that, okay, teaching is something nice, but when I started to actually teach seniors as opposed to the younger people, I recognized their eagerness. And as a teacher, that's what you want. You give them something and they try and they try. Whereas the young people, they want to learn everything quickly and they want to be able to become a dancer by overnight. So you are inspired. I got inspired by seniors willing to try. And that's where it launched for me. I got an opportunity to teach top central, and the class grew in a short space of time because of the same thing, the willingness to always try and throw. And the funny part about it, when I started to teach them, I used to go with very easy stuff. And then a day I held a little party for them, and I see these people whining to soca and stuff, and I was like, okay, I need to step up my game.
Wait, I have to stop you there. I have to stop you there. We're not old, Yes. We active. So you see this? When you talk serious, we know about soca and dancing and winding down to the ground.
Yes. So I had to change my thinking and what I brought to them. And it just, as you say, it took off from there. And with seniors, you don't have to advertise. Seniors tell another one and tell another one and tell another one. And that's how my class basically grew. Just from that little one tell the other one tell the other one, and that's how it went. And I'm having the time of my life.
That's
I am.
great. Can I ask you what about your oldest dancer you have?
The funny part about it, I am still finding out their ages, but at
Not
the
important. Not important.
Yes, yes, it's in everybody
because
just coming.
every
Yeah.
so often they would say, Michelle, how old are you? And then I would tell them, and I say, you can be my grandchild. And I was like, okay, that means you're about so. And they're like, yes.
All right. Okay. Yes.
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 So
That's
they're a
nice.
lot of 70s, and I think I have an 80-year-old as well in my class. So,
Okay. Great.
yes. It's fantastic.
Michelle, what kind of dancing do you do?
Right. So I teach all genres of dance, which is Latin. I am actually a qualified ballroom and Latin teacher. I am now presently studying freestyle. I'm doing my associate in freestyle.
Wow.
But what I can say, since COVID hit and we have to teach online, I had to change my style of dance. And I changed it more into something called dance therapy, which is more about movements and keeping them active. Because of course, trying to teach online, put your foot here, put your foot there, it's a little challenging. So I had to change my style of dance. So now I'm doing more about movements and creating movements. And I have added a bit of yoga into my teaching as well.
Nice, nice.
Yes.
And how do you organize your classes? So this is exciting me because I love to exercise. But exercise in the form of the things that normal aerobics and I fed up with that. I want to do something more creative. So this is really exciting to me. So how is your class structured? How
Right,
often and
Right, so I have classes 3 days a week. Two Mondays are my 2 days, and I have a Thursday class, which is for people who miss Mondays for whatever reason, they can make up on a Thursday. And the structure is warm up, then a bit of cardio, whether it's in form of a walking or some sort of cardio to build that heart rate up. And then we cool down, and then we go into what dance we are doing this month. Last month, as you said, we did something pertaining to Diwali, so we taught them Indian moves, hand movements and stuff to end with. As a matter of fact, we ended the last class with a tassa session. And if you see this, it was fantastic.
joining this class.
And they went to town. We had a time. So again, I try to keep it seasonal, what is happening current, and I try to do dances. So right now we are getting to the parang season. So right now we are doing parang and healing too, to keep with the season. Yes, so that's how we structure it. Yes.
Nice. And at the end of this, do people just learn dancing for learn dancing's sake, or is there something that they build up to, some kind of program or show, or what's the end point of all this effort and learning?
Right. So what I do, so we have different categories. So I have people who I do presentation with, and I try to encourage the whole class. So whatever season we are in, we try to do presentation. We did a cancer presentation recently. We did a Republic presentation. So more or less, we try to keep with the times and do a presentation towards that. So this, we are coming to the end of the year, we will be doing something towards that presentation of it. Not everybody is inclined to take part, especially now that you have to videotape yourself. There's a lot of people who have misgivings. So that, but generally, most of them take part and we do the editing and we present it on YouTube. We actually have a YouTube channel with what we did so far.
I think that sounds quite exciting. It sounds like something, people can look forward to, and then when the SOE is done and so on, people can then do sessions in person. Yes. Or do you plan to continue with the online classes?
Well, to be quite honest, I had a meeting with my committee and I told them I would prefer to keep it online for at least the early part of the year, because the pandemic is still here and I'm dealing with a high-risk group. So what we are doing is we starting the year off with a technology class, which is to get the ones who have challenges with using their devices. So we start class with that to teach them. And then from February, we will start class. And I will continue online for a while until I'm a little more comfortable with what's happening.
Excellent. No, that sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. So if somebody wanted to join, how do you join?
Right. Well, we have a Facebook page called MH1 Dance Studio, and you can get all the contact on that information.
Nice, great.
I have my admin person, so she will contact you and go through everything as well through that.
Fantastic.
You know, Michelle, I was thinking for this show, that'd
Yes.
be nice for Tarian and I to teach us some sort of dance. We could have danced for our audience.
I would have loved to do that.
Maybe next
We
year.
will do the dance up and we'll attach it. We'll do the dance and attach it to the editing. Very good. No. Go ahead, Anne.
Tarian, you want us, as Michelle is on, to introduce our next guest, and then of course, Michelle, we will have you come back on and chat with us again. Well, all of us will just chat
So
together.
just to round that up, I think, Michelle, this is so exciting to hear and listen to, especially because I'm a person as a child, I used to dance, and I just think dancing is so free and expressive. And
Yes.
just the other day, Jennifer and I were talking to somebody saying, why isn't there a dance group for just for us?
Seriously, we were saying that.
I think we would love you to give us, we would certainly be flashing examples of your class and your shows and things like that. And I am definitely going to be looking to sign up to get, that will be my form of movement and exercise. I am looking forward to that. So this was great meeting you. And
Well, we say both of us, because I definitely join it.
Yes. So we're gonna be back with you soon. All right. So
Yes, Tarian. Of course, Tarian, I'm all excited about dancing. So guess what? Our next guest is all about music. So we want to now introduce Gideon Ovid to chat with us about how he is getting our seniors to really enjoy music. So yes, Gideon.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Hi, so this is Gideon Ovid, and Gideon is the founder of Angelic Songs Music Center. And I love music, but I cannot play an instrument. And I always wanted to play instrument. You'd think by now, Gideon, I would be in one of your classes playing this instrument. Gideon, welcome and talk to us. Tell us about your music center and what you do with seniors, how you get the seniors to play all these instruments.
Awesome. I appreciate the introduction again. As always my pleasure. And I must say, seniors are very, very near and dear and close to my heart. One of the reasons for that is I started off initially teaching what I thought was children and adults. That's how I categorize it, children and adults. And I often say from age 4 and older. But a unique thing happened, two things actually. One is with this generation that we have now, a lot of grandparents started to bring the grandchildren. So almost as a natural transition of being there, I would have to translate, this is the homework, this is what I want you to do, this is what I'd like you to practice. And whether out of curiosity or necessity or so, they would learn it themselves. And they would say, what note is this? I want to find out this. And before you knew it, you had some with this natural affinity to music. That's one side. On the other hand, we often had a very interesting thing taking place where we had individuals coming and saying, the doctor told me I should pick up music because I need to exercise some more. I need to relax. Or I need to just learn a new skill. We often would see the correlation between music and things like Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that, where you want them to be able to read and recall. And for a lot of seniors, they saw it as a pure way of relaxation, a way to get out of the house and have some place to go, something to do that you could go and relax for 1 hour period. Or in my case, there are those who came to class for one hour class. But 3 hours after, they're chatting about the children and back in the 70s and back in the 60s, the way it used to be, and who had a piano and so lit. And I mean, that became a natural part. I actually had a student one time, she said, the only way I leave in here is when you put me out, Of course, we had COVID coming last year, March. hampering things a little bit, causing things to change a little bit, but we didn't drop the ball at all. We continued doing classes through Zoom, through Google Meet, and once we found a platform that could work, we try to facilitate as best as we can.
So for Gideon, for those, and that is interesting, because I was wondering how easy it would be for seniors, especially using Zoom or one of those platforms when it comes into music, you know, because like that was unheard of.
Yeah. For us as well, from the perspective of tuition, we often found the practical aspect. It was necessary, I should say, for us to be there, to tell you, put your fingers this way or hold the guitar a particular way. We want to hear the tone. And we discovered a whole lot about students and ourselves by making the transition from in-person classes to these technology-based, Zoom-based classes kind of thing. Because one, the internet connection made a difference. Because if you're playing a song, or whether it's the guitar or the piano, or you're singing also, and your connection is poor, our reception is also poor. The feedback we give you cannot be the accurate feedback as to what's taking place at your home. So those were the kind of challenges we had. But in terms of the excitement and consistency, I think we kept that, because we've always been the type of institution that we never did large groups unless we did not fire. It was always that kind of one-on-one. We want to understand you. So even if the class is a class of 3 or 4, we know exactly where you are at. We know the challenges, the weaknesses, we know, and face it. I believe seniors are no different than children who have matured a little bit, right? And what that means, you have the miserable ones, you have the dedicated and committed ones, you have those who will do the homework on time all the time, you have those who say, listen, here what, I want to learn the guitar. They tell you that with their mouth, but what they really mean is, I want to learn the 3 chords to play Santi Manite, and that's it.
Yeah.
But they will come and say, I want to learn the piano. It's not that you want to learn the piano. You want to play Happy Birthday or for some Christmas event.
Yeah. You don't want to do any exams. You don't want to do exams or anything.
And then on the next hand, we have, I don't want to say the nerds, but you know, those who say, you know what? I want to read in the book and I want to do the exam. When is the exam? It's English based. I hear the children doing that. I want to do that too. I want to play in the concert. So we often had recitals as well. We host them twice a year.
Okay.
And I took them as an opportunity, not just to say we're putting folks on display, because similar to Michelle, the guest before, we give you the option. You've learned, you've done well, you've sacrificed, you've worked hard, you have options. We can prepare you for internationally accredited or based exams, which is English based, either theory or practical, and that's open to all, whether you're young at heart, seniors, anybody could do that. Then when we do public recitals, I personally try to sell that as an opportunity to go onto a big stage. So we didn't necessarily do the in-house all the time. We would say, you know what, we're doing a recital at the Central Bank Auditorium. So dress up nice, invite your family, come on. Let's go to UE, whether it's LRC or JFK, or we had concerts at Napa and stuff as well. And there are those who would come and say, you know, I never went to Napa in my life. The chair's so nice, the place so nice, the ambiance is so beautiful. And it really was an opportunity to move beyond yourself, beyond the norm, right? So you have an event where you can go and enjoy it. And it's not just the students get the opportunity to play. Many times the tutors themselves find themselves teaching. So the students don't really know how good is Sue, how good is Miss, what talent they really have. They can guide us. But when we have public events, the tutors themselves could come and perform along with them. So it's really, really an exciting thing. And one of the beautiful things I should add about music itself is that this time is actually one of the best times, not just in terms of age, but the fact that we were locked down. When you're locked down at your home, there's almost no other joy than being able to pick up your own instrument and play a song that you choose, that you like, that you have learned. You can practice without challenges, without hindrances. Yes, students have online school, but now you could take the opportunity to practice your piano whenever you feel. There's no rush to go outside. There's no maths to take. Yeah. So it really, really is a nice time for anybody desirous of learning. And it really expands your mind, your boundaries, your borders. You really, really could explore far and wide through music.
All right. So Gideon, so I don't go into dance, and I used to sing. I used to do choral speaking. Those were long gone days, and I can't hold a note, but I love to sing. Do you also do voice? Is it every instrument that you do?
Yes, we most definitely do. I must say we have changed since the pandemic itself, because we offer things like piano, keyboard, guitar, vocals, drums. We also have a choir as well, a free vocal program as a choir. We did violin, viola, cello. So we really try to ensure that we can meet the needs of the students. Whatever instrument you want to learn, we want to try our best to facilitate you. Because of the online classes we have now, we tend to focus more on piano, keyboard, guitar, vocals. We tend to focus on that now.
Yeah.
It's not that we have no intention of evaluating the violin and cello and stuff, but when we have to see your fingers and we have to see your bowing technique and stuff, it's a little more challenging. So we choose to focus on those that we can really, really give you value for money at this point.
And what about the pan? Do you also do the pan, the steel pan?
Oh, I must say, guilty as charged. We don't do the pan. Is the one instrument we don't do. I know, guilty as charged, but we have a good reason though. If our reason could be escalated, we'll be so appreciative. One of the challenges we had with the pan is nothing to do with the pan. I could play the pan. I have played the pan for years, but teaching the pan has one major hindrance for most students: the cost of a pan.
Yeah.
You could go buy a keyboard for $2,000, $1,500. You can buy a guitar for even less. You could sing with the free voice or vocal cords that God has blessed you with. When you have to buy, say, a tenor pan, which might be one of the cheapest pans available to access, and they tell you $6,000. You might have to play a little while.
I can understand that.
And you're not sure that's the instrument you're going to stick with.
Yeah, I can understand that. And my other question, so I come and I've never played an instrument before. The only instrument that I've played apart from my voice is the drum on a desk.
Right.
And on a table, on any flat surface. Good. I don't know a note from I don't know what those lines mean. Can you work with me?
Don't worry.
I just decided I want to do music.
You're already halfway there. You're already halfway there. You see, the fact that we could teach a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old, I often say everybody could learn music. As a matter of fact, everybody should. I travel in the past, and if you go to any European home, if they don't have a piano, they can at least play. Yeah, everybody can play an instrument. And even at this stage, seniors don't necessarily have to be bound to, I want to read these notes or want to see that. Yeah. You can do that, but you can also be taught to play almost by rote, where you can learn some chords, you can learn to play some keys and sound good and feel good about doing that. Or you could strum a guitar and really be able to sing along. You may not be the best singer or musician, but you can still have a lot of fun. Yeah. And that, I think, is the essence of it. So yes, we can teach you even as a beginner.
Okay. So how do we get onto you? Where do I sign up?
We have a Facebook page, Angelic Sounds Music Center. Mm-hmm. You could always reach us on Facebook. Mm-hmm. You could also call. There's contacts to call. You can also call me directly. My contact for music would be 731-9992. And even if you don't reach me on the phone, I return all my calls, so you will be fine. Yeah. So via Facebook or by phone, and we should be able to facilitate your class. Classes are usually once a week for an hour. So it's not demanding from the tuition perspective.
So after that, was a dance and 1 hour of music. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I'm filling up the time.
Gideon, as you speak, and Gideon, I know, your concerts have always been fantastic, great reviews and everything over the years. And as I mentioned, over the years by now, and by the way, I know Gideon very well, right? Gideon, I still can't decide what instrument can be the best for me. would you be able, just by chatting, advice, like, okay, ask me some questions, or how would I know what instrument is the best to me? Is
I
that
think
possible?
the approach to ascertain what instrument is the best is a mixed one. One, we can go through speaking to you. I always say, people do best what they like, right? So if you don't like piano and I tell you learn the piano, it will always have resistance there until you cross the boundary where you know what, I kind of learning to like it, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, you also have the opportunity to explore. Because you say, I would like to learn piano, it doesn't mean you have to stay there or stick with the piano. You can start on the piano, but there's a principle I usually use. I always say, don't train yourself to be a quitter. So if you start on the piano and you decide, I think I want to do the guitar instead, I would say at least set out in your mind, I want to learn 5 pieces. So I want to learn to play a song. So I want to have accomplished something before I moved on. I don't want to just start and then say, I don't like this too much. Let me try something else. I don't like this too much, because before you know it, it will become a habit that every little thing you study dance class, you find it's a dance and you put it, I don't like this dancing too much. And I want to switch and change. So I always say set goals that you can meet. Even if you change your mind, you can change your mind with a clear conscience, knowing I give it my best. I probably don't like it, and I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
And you have no objection, no hard feelings. As a matter of fact, one of the things we did to make it easy is we priced everything the same way. So there's no, I'm paying more because I'm learning the guitar, or I'm paying more because I'm learning the drums, or anything like that. We leave all the prices. As a matter of fact, for children, adults, we left the prices the same.
Wow, that's a great idea.
Despite your grade, despite what you're learning, it didn't matter at all. Because we wanted to bring music and make it affordable for everyone. It should be part of their life.
I think, John, this is a good time to bring the whole group back and let us see how I organize my 60s and in the dancing and the music. So,
I think it's something like we're going to have a 5.8G group.
Yeah, the choir.
Dancing and playing music.
And I want to ask you all a question, because I am a firm believer. People talk about it's important for us in the 5.8G to have community, and the issue with aloneness and loneliness is so critical. People lose friends, and people often wonder how do I make friends? And I just think that things like this, where you enter into your creative side, you might not have to hustle to do any business. It's not hustle. It's just creating something helps in that way so much. Is not your experience that people, excuse me, are able to make new friends, meet new people, and just get re-energized? Either of you?
Right. Can I go?
Sure.
Yeah,
Go right ahead, Michelle.
Thank you. Right. So actually, that's a very good question, Terem, because my other skill, which is I'm a pet groomer, I don't know if you all know that a lot of seniors has pets as their companion, because they're by themselves, so their pets are their companion and they love their pets till. So that's where I first started to associate strongly with seniors. They are my largest clientele. And of course, we became very good friends, because everything happened to the dog, they will call me. And it's jumped into the dance the same way. There's a lot of seniors who live by themselves, and they really get so caught up into being by themselves that this social thing has kind of come to a kind of plateau. And then the pandemic came and hit and added more to this.
Yeah.
One of these things that I did this year is I did this book here called A Word Search. I did it as a program in the class where you buy a book and you give it to somebody who is by themselves. So you give it as a gift. So it was one way to reach out to the person, give them something to do, and it strikes up a conversation. So this was one of the little things that we did in the class, and I have gotten great feedback. Because there's one lady who said when she goes to the hospital now, she has something to do when she's sitting and that sort of thing. So there are ways to find ways to do it. And I'm thankful that the student population that I have, whenever I throw things at them, they jump and they run with it.
Yeah,
and
it's a social and Gideon, is it the same with the music class?
Yeah, well, similar but different. What I have found, you have a level of groupthink. So if you have a class of 3 persons or 2 persons even, they almost automatically start thinking alike. If somebody say, oh gosh, today I'm feeling so tired. The class is feeling tired today. If they say, I have an appointment next week, the class has an appointment next week. So that you find taking place because they work together. They may not, and then because they also bounce up some of their older friends, that lends itself, and even without being friends, it lends itself to stories. So what started as a class, you find somebody say, oh gosh, my foot hurting me, and somebody else will say, well, your foot hurting, well, my hand was hurting last week, and it started a whole thing. So that happens a lot.
Yes, the connection.
Gideon sound like you have so much fun with the older group.
Oh, because we say that it is so important to have community, and people sit and they sit and they wonder, well, what am I to do? You know, you think you have to go out and work. And what I love about having classes that are dedicated, you could do it by yourself. You know, you say, go to a movie, I can't go to a movie, or go to a mall, or go to a show, I feel self-conscious. But here I could register for my dance class or register for my music. And when I'm there doing something that I like, I could meet somebody. And if it's like 1 hour or 2 or 3 hours a week, I have at least I know I have a time when I can interact. And I think that is so important. It is so important.
Terry, and you're quite correct. I think that it's almost dedicating time to be happy. You know, to really embrace who you are, embrace your creativity, and enjoy what you do. So even if you're bogged down with other things, family matters or whatever, that, you know, booking yourself, actually registering for either dance or music, you're saying, okay, this or anything, this is my time. This is the time for me to be happy doing what I enjoy. And it makes a difference because I'm sure after the dance class, after the music class, you feel so good, you're rejuvenated. You say, well, yes, that could take you, you know, and you all both mention it. It's therapy.
That's right.
You know, you feel so good. It remove all, you're not thinking of all this stress and all the things that are happening. You're so engrossed in your dance and in your music that you're not studying that. And after, you're still not thinking about that because it leaves you with such a great feeling. So I find this is very, very important for us at this stage to engage in things like this. And I'm seeing now music, dance. What's the other one, Terry, and we have to do?
Oh, it's music, dance.
I'm not sure about the voice, Gideon. I was told since in my school days, and I think that affected me forever. There was a choir, and you have, before you join the choir, you have to go to the choir mistress and you sing is what? A-E-I-O-U, Gideon, whatever, in those days. Remember, it's those days I'm talking about. And if you can't take a certain note, they send you and you're a non-singer. So those who could sing goes to the choir, and those who can't, Terry and tell St. Joseph Convent that because that is from those days.
You want me to sing? You want me to sing Grasshopper Green?
Right? And if you cannot sing, you have to go, and that is your study period. So it's like a punishment.
You went to girl.
St. Joseph Convent for Spain for those.
You see, you should have been in San Fernando.
And listen, a simple thing like that in those days affected me, I think, for life, Gideon. I never, always very conscious about singing. So, and I'm still conscious. I'm not going to try now, Gideon, to sing. So,
I think this is the time to try and prove the mistress wrong.
Yeah.
No, that's too much work for Gideon. I will settle for the instrument.
I suppose in the South, I'm a Southerner, and San Fernando is a very, very vibrant, artistic town. And we always had something going on. And it didn't matter whether you had, as the late Joyce Curtin would say, have a hatchet foot or you can't stretch your foot, but you're on the stage with your hatchet foot, kicking it all over the place.
You see, you got the opportunity to express yourself.
And that is what I think really, really helps. And I love the fact that both of you, at the end of a period, you have a chance to people who want to present. Because very often you do something with no point. And that's another thing that helps you to go for achievement, invite a friend. It gives reason to congregate and be proud of what you do. And feel that, you have something you've done. You can invite your children, your neighbor, and, even if you have no one to invite, you went on a show. And you're on a YouTube channel. I think that is fantastic. But I will come and sing Grasshopper Green. Y'all don't know what Grasshopper Green is?
Marianne, I know that is a very old something.
No, but strange enough. Just today, I had an experience with a retired guy, and he told me he was clinically blind. And he wanted to buy an acoustic piano. He said, I have to buy an acoustic piano for my granddaughter and a violin as well. So although he wasn't the musician, now he is a musician by profession, but although he wasn't buying for himself, he was interested in making that a part of their upbringing.
Yeah.
No. Nice.
I think it's always great at no matter what stage, because we sometimes get caught up when we think, all right, I have to occupy my time. And people think it has to be something serious. It has to be a business, or it has to be something that is akin to work. And it is great. It is fine to occupy your time with pleasure, creating something and getting all the endorphins going out. I'm so excited. I am excited. I'm looking for a drama group next. So I'll have dance, I have instruments. I do instrument and voice, Gideon.
All right.
I'll come and sing Grasshopper Green. I'm a karaoke queen, so I can't sing at all.
Go ahead, Michelle, you're saying something?
Yeah, just like Gideon was sharing, I want to share a similar experience where for the month of August into September, we did a presentation on Emancipation, Republic, and Emancipation, Independence, and Republic. And it was really to give their perspective on what the holidays meant for them, because most of them actually saw the raising of the flag and the whole 9 yards. Our generation only knows it as a holiday. So it was a very good exercise for them to present to the class their perspective. And I can let you all know, it was the first time I heard the song, God Save the Queen. I never knew this song. These people broke out into song. I started singing. I was like, what song is that? And it's like, Misha, you're really young. That was the first time I heard that song. And it was really good. They were glad to go back and bring this to us. And it was really, really, the presentation made me appreciate these holidays more now as a person. Yes.
No, I think, Jennifer, we'll have to bring Gideon and Michelle on to help coordinate our cultural social event.
I want to show them what we can do.
By March, we have to do a dance and a recital. We have to let us set ourselves a target for our 3rd anniversary. We have to be able to do something, a dance, and have some kind of some instruments that I will pull out Grasshopper Green and present it.
Gideon, what the two sticks that they beat together, that's the tok.
Yeah, what do you say, the 2 sticks? What do you say? If it's parang you're talking, you see, we have a lot of ad hoc instruments that are really used to make up a parang band. So they have the scratcher, they might have the tok, they might have a cowbell. So you have so many different elements that could come together.
I feel like one of those,
Right.
I think I'll be good at. just to pick up the rhythm. Yeah.
Cool.
In the shack shack. Yeah.
And I am really, really excited, Jennifer, that we have opened this opportunity for our folks to see. Listen, you're not going to sit down, even if you don't have a friend to go and hang out with, you don't know anybody who could go to things with you. You could join a class by yourself. And in doing that activity, even if you don't make a friend, you create something for yourself. And you get the joy of having used a skill, create a skill, discover a skill. I think that is just super and exciting.
I love the idea of this discovering the skill. That will really be, you know, discovering a skill, discovering a talent. Your talent we may have need to unearth that talent within that we have used for years.
And I remember in addition to Grasshopper Green, I was in the press con choir. I was singing here. And front. I was in front.
Gideon, I think you're really going deep within to remember what you used to do. So this is the opportunity. Yes, I agree with you, Terry-Ann. And for those who's listening, the audience, I'm sure some of you all must be thinking like Terry-Ann, you know, I used to do this and I used to do that.
Even if you didn't used to do anything, you don't have to, Gideon,
this is the time.
You don't have to be talented, all right?
Yeah.
You don't have to know anything.
And both Gideon and Michelle could, you know, could do wonders with us who feel we can't dance or can't sing or can't play an instrument. And Terry-Ann and I will be the examples. We would show you all how to do it. So we are booking, Michelle and Gideon, we have you all booked.
Good. So just as we're rounding up, I would like each of you to again, just to remind our viewers of your businesses and your credentials and where they could find you and stuff like that and what is possible. We could start, Gideon, with you.
Well, of course, we have a Facebook page, Angelic Sounds Music Center. And when you go on there, you would see their contacts. There's an email address as well. The email address is info@angelic-sounds, ANGELIC-SOUNDS @gmail.com. I also have my contact number at 731-9992.
And Gideon, are there excerpts of your recitals on the Facebook page?
Yes, you would see their pictures, their videos, their different reviews, different things there.
Fine, beautiful. And Michelle?
Yes, so I am under the Facebook page of MH1 Dance Studio. You'll find all our information there. And my contact is 496-7385. And on the Facebook page, you'll see all the presentations that we did, especially we did a lot during the pandemic. So you will see the ones that we did, so they can refer to that and get excited of what they can be able to accomplish.
Great. Yes.
I am by March singing and dancing and instrument. Grasshopper Green is a comical chap. He lives on the best of fair. All right, that's it.
I didn't have much work to do. Oh, you have plenty of work. I didn't have much to do. You have plenty of work to do. So we want to thank you all for being. We want to thank you all for, you know, being here and really sharing the great work that you do with, you know, with seniors with the 5.8G group. And we look forward to having a concert.
Yes.
So the 5.8G live concert.
When you all register, make sure and mention Connections 50 Plus. And Gideon and Michelle will give you a special saucy extra lesson. Not discount, you get an extra lesson.
Extra half an hour or something, right? Okay. So see you all. Thanks again.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much, ladies. And nice meeting you, Gideon. Your work, I'm very impressed with it.
Same here.
Jennifer, I think that was so, I am excited. I am really going to get into something like that. I love that. I love them. I just love that. I think that whole idea of us using our time. Some people don't want to do anything serious. They don't want
Yes,
to work. They
yeah.
don't want to have anything that makes them accountable. And if they have to see about children, or even if they have to see about work, it's nice to know you can go somewhere and just release. And it's for seniors. You don't have to go into hike up with any young people.
And that's nice. And as both said, you have an option. You know, you're enjoying yourself. If you want to take part in the concert, you do that. If not, you just go on and, you know, you dress up and you go to the show. Or as I said, with the concert for Michelle and Day, it was online, you know, and I enjoyed it.
And COVID is going to end. We're going to get back to normal. But I just love that. I think it's fantastic. Discover your talent, make friends. And, you know, but folks, this is the first of the gems that we've discovered. We're discovering a whole lot of services and things for us to do while we create our own new stage. So you have to keep tuned, stay tuned. Next week is another surprise.
So Tariana going and start back dancing. Yep.
Yes. Start back dancing, start back singing, and start with an instrument. And a tone deaf and no tone deaf.
No, definitely. I'm going to do it. I'm looking forward to doing it.
Yes. I the one instrument I tried was the pan, and I thought I had it. And when they put me in the orchestra to play the section leader, I stopped the shoulder and said, come on.
I actually did piano very early in my days. As a child, I did piano.
Nice. Anyway, so people, this was a real nice week, nice send off. Life continues to be good. It's going to be great. So
yeah,
we are real about aging, we're realistic, and we're realistic about the things that we can do to make our lives great. So
great.
So bye-bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Hi, all you beautiful people over 50. Here's an offer designed just for you. 50 Plus Tribe. You are not going to live the rest of your lives. You are now going to live the best of your lives. Up your game plan and make an entrepreneurial stance while maximizing your holistic wellness. Connections 50 Plus offers a life transition and self-care individual coaching program that can put that pep in your step. We can work together to ensure that you take action now and explore new possibilities to become the best version of yourselves in the third act stage. Connections 50 Plus Life Transition and Self-Care Individual Coaching Program is the modern approach to staying relevant and forward-thinking. Call us at 868-685-8834 or 868-682-9202 or connect with us at connections50plus.com. 50 Plus Tribe, you are enough. Make your golden years fulfilling.
50 Plus Tribe, and follow us from Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus 5.8G Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.